Theming, a masterful art. And as someone who owns a Disney annual pass and just loves basically everything with a theme or a mascot, it's pretty safe to say I'm easily pleased. This is the Rainforest Café, a themed restaurant made to look like a dining experience inside a rainforest that has thunderstorms, animatronic animals, mascots, and theming throughout. Yet somehow, I've never been. Now, there used to be hundreds of these exotic cafes all around the world, yet over the years those numbers have dropped drastically. From locations like London having completely fallen off the face of the earth, there are now only a few locations around the world. I'm here at Disneyland Paris, one of only 3 locations that are located outside of the US. There's this one here in Disneyland Paris, Malta, and Tokyo. Now, I will admit, as an annual pass holder, I go to Paris a fair bit. I go maybe once a month, maybe once every other month. I've done Paris pretty extensively when it comes to Disney. I've rope dropped the attractions. I've stayed until they've kicked me out at park close. I've eaten at like maybe every restaurant that you're supposed to eat at. But the Rainforest Café? It's just sat there. Untouched, unvisited, unclaimed territory, mocking me. And it's by no means hidden. It's right there, in the Disney Village, and I walk past it every single time, whether that's to go to the Heart of Marvel, or whether that's to go and get a McDonald's. And every single time I say, oh yeah, I should do that. Every single time. Have I ever been? No. But today, that changes. Today I get to finally experience the Rainforest Café. And after years of ignoring it like a side quest I'd never accepted, it was time. I gathered my troops, I gathered my band of Disney nerds, and we stepped through the doors of perhaps one of the most stimulating afternoons of our entire life. And immediately we were met by chaos, a gift shop that I just did not want to look at until after the experience.
J'adore Paris.
Oui? We headed on through past the purple rhino that greets you to check you in, to a large, welcoming arch that was a fish tank? Now, I'm a massive fan of fish. I love myself an aquarium. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Very peaceful. However, it was slightly surprising to find out that each location, every single individual location, in terms of a Rainforest Cafe, on average in America, spends $3.5 million a year on the fish alone. Which is perhaps why half of them are now closed, but fair play. They're pretty much the only thing that's really alive in this area, and you'll see what I mean about that in a second. I was trying to talk to the camera when this weird interaction happened. Hello. It's a toy from outside. Yeah. Well, I don't really know what to do in this situation here. We'll try that again. So we sit down at the table. We look over the rather large menu, where we realise there is quite literally everything you could possibly imagine on a Rainforest Cafe menu. There's burgers, there's pasta, there's salads, there's absolutely everything you can think of. We got a starter to share, which included things like chicken tendies, and also safari fries, which are basically just regular fries at slightly higher price. But after Dan and I decided to split a mojito, which was rather strong in the end, I went for a taco salad bowl, which I thought was going to be relatively easy to consume. That's a very large meal, but overall it was a successful meal.
Yeah, and the prawn, no, what is it? That's the wrong restaurant. The mac and cheese, which has got more prawns than in Captain Jack. And this one hasn't got a head that has stared deep into my soul.
So theming wise, stuck in the 90s, but the food, 10 out of 10, would recommend.
That was until chaos struck. Because little did I know that every 20 to 30 minutes inside a Rainforest Cafe, there is a literal thunderstorm inside. Now, albeit I did think it was going to be a little bit louder, but the lights started flashing and the monkeys started screeching. Yeah, it started getting wild in there. Now, just when I thought it wasn't wild enough, I got up to explore the actual rainforest itself, and I was met with a bit of a surprise. Giant decorations, including some weird statue in the middle of this place. There was a large amount of questionably sized animals that were all probably slightly out of the realism. There was giant butterflies, zebras and giraffes in rainforests. And just when I thought I was not having enough fun, out the corner of my eye, I spotted something fantastic. Who is that? The leader of the Jungle Bunch mascots here at the Rainforest Café. It's a tree frog named Cha-Cha. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with me, I'm a massive nerd. I love the Muppets. So when I found out there was coincidentally another slender amphibian that I would then start an obsession with, I was very pleased. I knew that now the Rainforest Café had me hooked. From the good food to the fun atmosphere to a freaking tree frog mascot, I was in for a dangerous time. Now, Cha-Cha the Tree Frog is the leader of the Wild Bunch, as they are called, the mascots of the Rainforest Café. Consisting of Bamba the gorilla, Tuki the elephant, Rio the macaw, they creatively named Nile the crocodile, Maya the jaguar, Iggy the iguana, and Ozzy the orangutan, to which you can meet all of these in your Rainforest Café experience in one way or another. But now the food is consumed, the bill had been paid, it was time to head to the gift shop. And just as we rounded the corner back to the gift shop, where of course we passed underneath the archway of fish, as we rounded the corner, we saw one of the creepiest sights I think I've ever seen, because what on Mickey's magical head is that? This is Tracy Tree, a talking animatronic tree that is in every single one of the Rainforest Cafes. This one no longer moves. She's perhaps the scariest part of the entire experience, and she watches you closely, making sure you are spending your big hard-earned bucks in the Rainforest shop. She's freaky. She's like if Grandmother Willow and that eerie face for the likes of like the Thomas the Tank Engine, or the face on the side of that house from that kids' TV show. I don't know if anyone watched this. Or like the bear in the Big Blue House Moon. If they all came together and created one thing, that's Tracy Tree. However, much to my disappointment, Tracy Tree is still looming over me at every moment because I didn't find a souvenir. I was really hoping for a Cha-Cha the Tree Frog teddy. Doesn't exist, apparently. In the UK, anyway. But with that, our Rainforest Café experience had come to an end. Goodbye, cheeky animatronic that sat near me and gave me unwavering eye contact the entire time. Goodbye, monkey in the bathroom with massive nipples. Goodbye, enormously large taco salad. Goodbye, Cha-Cha the Tree Frog. Goodbye, thunderstorms that nearly made me choke on my meal due to surprise attacks. Goodbye, Tracy Tree. Goodbye, Safari Fries. Rainforest Café, it was a pleasure. I quite enjoyed my experience, and I would happily go back. But mark my words, there's a further 3 Disney properties with the Rainforest Café. And with just 90 days to go till I'm back in Florida, I fear that me and Tracy will meet again. Also, I'm not saying that this monkey remembers me, but I'm also not saying that. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. This was a bit of a random, crazy video from myself, but I really enjoyed doing this. If you do want to make sure you are watching more videos like this with myself and my Disney gang, then please do hit that subscribe button. You can also check out more videos that are on the screen at the moment, and we hope to see you in a future video. Thank you very much, and stay safe. We'll see you soon. Peace.